welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new here, a very, very warm welcome to you. My name's Emily and I am a knitter, crocheter and very occasional sewer. Today's episode is my usual podcast, so I will be covering any updates, any finished objects, anything that I've worked on in the last week or so, any cast-ons and any acquisitions that may have come in. But first, how are we all? I hope that you're all doing well, that you've had a lovely week and weekend. For myself, I am rather tired. That's nothing new really for me. But yeah, we had some sad news last week. So our weekend plans changed. So we spent the weekend with family because that's where we felt we needed to be. So without dwelling on that, it's been a week, let's put it that way. And work, we are getting there on it. Work, we are getting there. My team have absolutely nailed it this week. I've been so proud of them. For those, I can't remember if I actually went into details, but in December we basically lost 3 team members and gained 2 team members in place of. And it involved, obviously, as always happens when, there's a bit of a changeover, there's a lot of training that needs to happen, there's a lot of handovers that need to happen, and for our line of work, everything's very deadline sensitive. So December was a bit of a nightmare in terms of work, and it's kind of rolled on a little bit into January as well, so that's why I've been manically busy this month as well. But I am very happy to say that the majority of the work, the training, the handovers, I completed that yesterday. So I'm so pleased, and I have had a bit of a relaxing day today, a very much needed relaxing day. I've caught up on a lot of the things that we needed to do at the weekend, so that's fantastic. And yeah, I felt like I needed a day kind of just to deflate, if that makes sense. I'm not sure if it does, but yeah, I needed today. I have done a bit of work this morning and I do need to do a little bit more this afternoon, but that's fine. I also have a bike ride which is at 2 o'clock. It is now 1:45, so I think I'm going to shift it back an hour and I'll do the 3 o'clock one instead, because I'm still waiting for a parcel to arrive. It's nothing special, it's just my hair stuff. I'm waiting for it. Yeah, and it was supposed to be delivered by 1:30, and as I say, it's 1:45 now, so who knows where he is, but I have a feeling they will appear at the door midway through this episode, so my apologies for any disturbances in the video, but it's one of my videos, it tends to be what happens. Also, just to note, I do apologise a lot. I am from the UK, it tends to be a thing. A lot of us Brits tend to apologise for things that we don't really need to apologise for. It's just a habit at this point. So there is that. But I am going to try and stop apologising for things. You've heard it here. But yes. Anyway, shall we get stuck in? Let's do it. First of all, I'm just going to have a sip of my tea. I hope that you've got yourself a beverage. I'm going to try not to keep you too long. As I said, I do have a bike ride today, so I do need to prepare for that. And I need to finish up a couple of other things. So I'm just looking at I did some laundry today. It is on the line because the storm seems to have passed. Although I thought that last night, and then the bins got blown around, and I think one of them hit my car, so I'm not very happy about that. It's my fault, I should have brought the bins in. But for those who know, I adore my car. It is my dream car. Well, it's my dream car that's not from the 1950s, or 1960s. It's the newer version of my dream car, but it was the car that I wanted initially when I first bought my first car. So it is my second car. But I do love it. It's gorgeous, and I was a bit annoyed at myself last night for not bringing the bins in. But anyway, that is that. I will find out when I next wash it and see what has happened. There might be a nice new scratch, but Those who are car people, I'm sure you'll understand my misery here, but there we go, that is that. But yes, anyway, laundry. Laundry is out. It's not too blustery. Everything seems to be staying on the line, which is good news. But it's also gone a bit cast over, so I'm a bit nervous that it's going to start raining. But I have full view of it, so if it starts raining, there will be another pause in the video. So we have two potentials for pauses in the video. Place your bets now on if I can actually get through this whole thing without having to tend to the laundry or the door. Yeah, I don't know, probably not. But anyway, right, we're going to actually get stuck in now. So, updates. For most of you, you may have already seen or you may have already watched, I have finally released my 2023 wrap-up video and my 2024 plans video. So both of those videos are now available for viewing. They were uploaded on Saturday and Sunday, so they've been up for a couple of days. And also thank you so much for all your responses to those videos so far. It really has, it's been amazing, thank you. And again, I love reading all your comments. I'm just not the best at getting back to them because, as I say, I like to sit down and I like to respond properly. So I will get back to you all as soon as I can. But thank you so much for all the responses so far. It's been very, very nice, thank you. Right, on to the finished objects, of which I do actually have one for you today. I almost left it up there, so that is a hint. I almost left it up there, but I have actually pulled it down and I have it to show you. So, the finished object that I have for you this week is Delilah the cattle egret. She's done, and I keep wearing black when I'm showing you something with black legs, so it's not ideal, but there we go. This is she. For the eagle-eyed among you, you may have noticed I have sewn her up a bit wonky. So she's sort of looking to the left a little bit, you know, she's a bit edgy. That's what we're going with, but my mistake. She is finished at least, and she'll just look a little bit different to the rest. Everyone else is going to be looking forward, and she's going to be like, no, not me. But here she is. I think she's gorgeous. She's got this lovely little beard going on. It's brilliant. All sewn up. I think I sewn her tail on a bit wonky as well, but I just wasn't feeling it when I sewed her up. Terrible time to sew up, but I just thought I need to get her finished because she's been sitting in this bag for so long. But she doesn't look too bad. She's all right. But yeah, again, I love these wobbly legs. They're so great. But this is bird number, I'm counting them. Hang on, 2, 4, 6. Bird number 8. Is that right? She might be. Bird number 8. Let me count them properly. Yeah, 8. Bird number 8. There we go. Delilah, the cattle egret, is done. I have nearly finished bird number 9. I don't have her here because she's been nearly finished for a while. I just haven't actually finished her. But yeah, I was pretty close at the end of last year, but it is what it is, isn't it, really? So that's the only finished object that I have for you, but I'm really pleased because I am trying to start getting through those works in progress and getting those numbers down, so we're getting there. Right, on to works in progress. We'll start with this one. I've not done a lot to this, but this first work in progress that I have to show you is the wonderful Dartmoor Sweater. It doesn't look a lot when I show it this way around. The Dartmoor Sweater by Ravelry. If I turn it round, there you are, you'll see these absolutely gorgeous ridges that go along the back of the shoulders. They are gorgeous. Now, where's my marker? Oh, here it is. Okay. So there's my marker, and as you can see, I've done about a row or two. Not a lot, but I wasn't going to show you it because of how little I've done. However, there is progress in a sense in that I have tried it on and I have figured out how much more length I want to do in the body before I start on the ribbing. So at least I've done that. There is a little bit of progress that's not so visible, if you like. So yeah, I just need to double check that I've got enough yarn because I went on the website at the weekend. No. I went on the website when we got back from visiting family, and because I just had this thing, I took it with me and I didn't knit on it because I wasn't 100% sure how much of the main yarn I had. So I thought, you know, when I get back I'm going to check the website, which I did, and the dye lot has changed. So, which isn't a surprise really, because I always buy my yarn and then it sits around ages. And then obviously a few dye lots have happened in between me actually buying the yarn and starting the project. So yes, I do need to think about that, and I need to have a look at the yarn. That's where I was going with that. So that is the progress so far. As I say, the majority of the progress has been in me trying it on and then also trying to figure out what to do. So yeah, I might buy a couple of extra main skeins and use them as the ribbing, because then it's not going to be too different. But that is something that I just need to think about. As soon as I've thought about that, I can carry on with it again. But yeah, this is why projects get paused. It's just ridiculous. Okay, on to the next work in progress, which I think you all felt it last week. I am very on the fence about this one, and this is my contrast blast socks. Now, I have done a little bit since I last showed you. So from the lovely cup, I've done about 2 stripes, maybe. Oh, and I've started on the next part. Oops. Yeah, still not feeling it. Really not feeling it. And from reading some of your comments, I felt a bit more justified in how I felt, if that makes sense. I think the pattern looks amazing. I think it's very clever. And I love the thought process behind some of the things, like doing the cabling as part of the gusset. I think it's really, really out of the box thinking, and it is ingenious. But for me, I'm not happy with them. And I think it's a tension issue, and I think it's a busy issue. I think they would look amazing finished. I think they really would, but I just don't feel them, and I will be very apprehensive to do the second sock even. So I would get some serious second sock syndrome with these. So in saying that, I have read a number of comments about that you yourselves have frogged these socks and used the yarn for something else, and I am leaning towards that. I did see a comment suggesting perhaps frogging them and just doing simple stripy socks, and I quite like that idea, if I'm honest. I think that's a great idea, and what I could do is similar to this, just have my cuff, heel and toe in the blue, and then do the orange and blue stripes as part of the sock. I think that might work a lot better, and I think I'd be happier doing that. The reason I wanted to do these socks was because it just showcases the colours a bit more, and it just looks a bit, it just looks unusual, and a lot more interesting visually to the eye. But I'm just not happy. The tension, I just keep pulling it and thinking, I do not like this tension. I just can't stand it. In fact, it really upsets my head, this bit. It's too, no. So I think the plan is I just need to have a couple more moments with it and think, and I may just frog them, and just when I've got a bit more time, I might just do some plain old stripy socks with them. That's what I'm thinking. So thank you all so much for all of your comments about these socks, because I think you could all see that I just wasn't feeling them, and perhaps needed a little bit of a nudge into thinking that yes, it's okay to just frog them. No point soldiering on if they're really something I'm not interested in. I probably wouldn't wear them anyway, because they are a sample for my shop, which is why I ploughed ahead with them. If they were for me to wear, I would have frogged them a while ago. But because they were for my shop, I thought, yeah, it's fine. I'm not going to wear them, it's fine. But I'm just not happy with them, and I don't enjoy the process, and that's not the point of knitting, is it now? So I think that's where I'm heading. So again, thank you all so much for all of your input on that. Yeah, it was a massive help reading those comments, so thank you. Right, now on to happier things. Another project I've picked up is a project that has been in pause for a little bit, but I have picked it up as bedtime knitting because it is just stockinette stitch in the round, and because I am kind of having a few thoughts about my Dartmoor sweater before I carry on with it, I picked this up again as my bedtime knitting. So I'm really, really pleased. And I've done quite a few rounds, whichever. I've done quite a few. So this is my Musselburgh Hat by Isolde Teague. And the last time I worked on it was down here, and as you can see I've done a little bit, not a massive amount, but you know, it's a decent chunk since the last time I worked on it. So here it is. I have no idea how long I want to make it. So I could do with reading the pattern again just to make sure in terms of length what Isolde recommends, and then I can actually make a decision as to how long I want it. In my head, what I would like is I would like a decent brim on it. So I'd like to be able to put it on and fold it up. So I just don't know. Maybe I should just put it on a barber cord and try it on properly. I don't know, but I will dig out the pattern and I'll read it again just to make sure. I've got this much yarn left, so you know I've got a decent chunk left. It's fine. And yeah, that is the lovely. Oh, who is the yarn by? Here we go. Sorry, this is special yarn. The contrast bath socks were my hand-dyed yarn, Apex yarn. They are in my 1969 GT40 colourway. So it's the golf colourway, the blue and the orange. And then this lovely hat is using yarn by Dye and Knit by Kate. Love her shop, by the way. And the colourway is called Universe. If I show you this, the only reason this label is as scrumpled as it is because I folded it up and I put it inside the centre of the cake. But because I kept pulling it out to show you, to explain what yarn it was, I thought I'll just leave it out. But that is why it's crumpled. It usually comes as a flat. Sorry. But the colourway is called Universe, and it is 60% superwash merino, 20% superfine alpaca, and 20% nylon. And honestly, it is so soft. It is lovely. And if I bring it up close, you may be able to see a few of the fibres from the alpaca. It's lovely. It is absolutely gorgeous yarn. I didn't want to use it as a pair of socks because I thought it deserves to be something a bit more luxury that I'm gonna, you know, see a bit more, because obviously you put your socks on and you don't see them very often. Although I do make very nice socks, it has to be said. But anyway, that is the lovely Musselburgh Hat by Isolde Teague. I keep having phantom images of someone going past the window as if the postman's here with my parcel. He's not here, not yet. I hope I'll get a warning. But anyway, that is my third project that I've picked up this week. The final project that I picked up this week, I am really happy to have picked it up again because I don't know why I've not picked it up for a while actually. I think it was just because it was the same thing over and over, but a lot of the projects that I do have are the same thing over and over. It's not like it's yeah, it's weird. Anyway, this project is gorgeous and the yarn is stunning, so let me get that out because then I can show you that as well. Okay, you can go over there, thank you very much. Right, so this project is the absolutely gorgeous Rad Plaid Cowl by Andrea Mowry. And here it is. This is what I've got so far. As you can see, this watering can here is where I got to the last time I picked it up. And as you can see, I've actually done a decent chunk. So from there to there. Beautiful, beautiful pattern. It's so lovely and so effective. It's just beautiful. Love it. Now, what I did was I bought a kit from an absolutely wonderful UK dyer, and I've been just so happy with the yarn. I really have, and I think it just works so well together. If I hold that up again, it's just so nice. So basically, I am just knitting a long tube, and then I believe I connect it once it reaches a certain point. But I don't think I'm even halfway yet, and I think that's why it's taking. Nearly went in my tea. I think that's why it's taken a bit of a while. But basically, there are 3 yarns used in this project. The first one, I think, is probably my favourite because I just think it's gorgeous. All the yarn is by the wonderful Tanya at Boscastle Yarn. She dyes some absolutely gorgeous yarn, and if you've been here for a while, you will know that I have sung Tanya's praises a lot because her yarn is just gorgeous. In fact, I'm staring at some now. It's beautiful. So the first colour is called Valency Valley, and it is this. I'm just trying to get it out there. There we go. Look at that. beautiful. I'm not a big fan of green, but this green is just so gorgeous that I would want to knit everything with this. It's beautiful. It's such a lovely colour. So that is the first one. That is the Valency Valley. The next colour is, that is 4-ply sock yarn, so 75% merino, 25% nylon. This colour is the same fibre content, and this one is called Gorse and Granite. It's beautiful. I mean, this colour I saw on her website and wanted to buy it initially, but then when I found this kit I was like, yes, it's this kit for sure. And then the final colour is a gorgeous Surrey silk lace, which is baby Surrey alpaca, 74%, 26% mulberry silk. Honestly, it's a non-superwash heavy lace weight. And the colourway is called Crowdy. And this colour I would absolutely love to make a sweater out of. Look at that. That's beautiful. I think that would look really nice against my skin as well. So yeah, absolutely adore this colour. Absolutely gorgeous. And then if I hold them together, those are my 3 colours. Ignore the yarn cozies. They unfortunately are just there to keep everything tidy. But those are my colours, and this is what the effect it is having. And it's just gorgeous. I really, really love this. I do actually really enjoy making it as well, but as I say, it's just taking a bit of time because, yeah, I don't know why it's taken so much time to make it. But yes, I'm really happy to have picked this back up. So that is my, oh, I've got a label here I haven't put back. Bear with me. Whoopsie whoopsie. There we go. Okay, so those are all the projects I have worked on in the last week or so. On to my cast-ons, of which there technically is one, but I am going to show you it as part of the acquisitions because, yeah, I haven't shown you that it's here yet. So, well, I have, kind of, but not in a podcast. So we're going to do that first. On to the acquisitions. I believe last week in my podcast I did mention that I purchased some cross-stitch kits and that they would hopefully be arriving, and I wasn't 100% sure when they'd be arriving, but I knew they'd be here for this week, which they were. They were also here in advance of my 2024 plans video. I think that's the video that I showed them in. So you will have already seen these if you've seen that video, but if you are only watching my podcast, you won't have seen these. So that's why I wanted to show them now. So I can only show you 2 of them. I bought 3 kits in total. One of them is a gift, so I cannot show you that one because the person who it's for watches my channel, which is so sweet. But yeah, it does mean that I can't show you anything on that. But the other 2 I can show you, and they are adorable, let me tell you. So here is one. How cute is that? I think it's gorgeous. So as you can see, it's Halloween themed. I think it's gorgeous. And then this one is the other one that I bought, another Halloween one, and it's just so cute. Oh my gosh. So I'm sorry, I'm really shaky today. I don't know why. There we go. So I got these 2 kits because I thought they would look absolutely gorgeous, all cross-stitched up and then framed, and then I can put them on the wall at Halloween because we don't really have that many Halloween decorations, so I thought they'd be fantastic. They are by Letty Stitch, and that is actually the website that I purchased them from. And it's the same with the other one that I have. The other one I have is a bit bigger, and it's actually, because these aren't like a full picture, it's bits dotted around. The other one that I bought is basically a full picture, so it's going to take me a while, but I do hope to be able to show you that once it is finished. But yeah, so I got these, and I started on this one. It had to be the cats, didn't it? They're just so adorable. So I started on this one, and this is my cast on. So let me show you what I've done so far. There you are. So it's not a lot. It is the brown cat. Oh, that's way too close. There we go. So it's the brown cat. And I've not done a massive amount, but I have done, well, I've done a fair amount really. So that is, I mean, there's not a lot to show you, but I thought I'd show you anyway. And yeah, there it is. I mean, it's not going to look massively progressed. Is that the right word? Yeah, progress isn't going to look great until I get more colours in. So once I start on the pumpkin, for example, you'll start seeing a bit more progress. But if you look at the ghost at the top here, that's probably the best way to demonstrate it. So the cross stitching will happen. Can you see that? So the cross stitching will happen, and then he is also outlined. And the outlines is where everything comes together, and it just makes it perfect. But that doesn't generally happen until all the cross stitching is done. So I've got a fair way to go, but it's a good start, don't we think? Yeah, I'm really pleased. But that is the only acquisitions that I have this week. I'm really proud of myself. I resisted the January sales. I don't know how, but I did. I do have a voucher for Zakami Yarns, and I also have a voucher for their advent calendar for this year. So I'm going to wait until that goes on sale and see how I feel as to whether or not I go for their calendar. I think I'm going to go for Beehive Yarns advent calendar this year because I was so impressed with Beth's 13 Days of Halloween box, the Wednesday one. I was so impressed by it, and when I saw the reveals of 2023's calendar, I was a bit sad that I didn't get it. I know, but yeah, so I'll see what theme she's got in mind for this year. And it might be a Beehive Yarn advent calendar this year. I'm trying to think. Oh, and also it depends what Joanna from the Yarn Artist is doing, because if she does the Van Gogh calendar, I'm sorry, it's going to have to be the Van Gogh calendar. So yeah, I have a small obsession, I think, but that's what's going through my head in terms of acquisitions. So I'm saving a bit of money each week for advents and for yarn in general, but I'm also telling myself that I'm not spending it just because. So I'm not going to spend it if I see a really lovely skein of yarn if I don't really have a plan for it. That's what I'm telling myself. Whether that's going to happen, who knows, because as my partner rightly says, I am a salesperson's dream. So who knows what's going to happen. But yes, so that is everything, I think. Gosh, what are we at? That's gone really fast. Oh yeah, no, I thought, oh my gosh, I might be able to make the bike ride at 2. No, it's 10 past 2. No, I can't. But at least I can get ready for the one at 3. And the postman's not been, and it hasn't started raining, so that's amazing. I'm trying to think, is there anything else that I have to tell you? I don't think there is. No, there isn't. Other than I've been extremely well behaved, I haven't cast anything on. I still need to tie in the ends of GeoGradient because I keep thinking I really want to cast on the Sweet Shop blanket because there's so much yarn that's been wound up and ready to go. But obviously I've told myself I cannot start that blanket until I have finished GeoGradient. So I'm happy that I'm telling myself that, and I'm happy that I'm sticking to it. So perhaps this weekend, as long as nothing happens, this weekend my partner and I should be at home. We should be able to catch up on a lot of things, and I will try and do GeoGradient. I also had a quick brainstorm corner here. I had a little thought about my channel, and I will have mentioned part of it in my 2024 plans video, in that I do want to do some lives. I'm not 100% sure when I'd like to do them. I'm half leaning towards maybe a Saturday morning. I'm not sure yet. But by Saturday morning, I do mean morning. I get up at usually about 5:30. It depends. Of a weekend, I try and get up a bit later. But for me, a morning would probably be like 8 o'clock UK time, maybe 9 o'clock UK time, very early. So, because I wouldn't want to do it at 6 in the morning. I'm not sure if I'd look my best at 6 in the morning. But I don't know. That's what I'm throwing around in my head. I'm not sure yet, but I definitely want to try that and just see how it goes. I think in my mind it would be quite nice to just do a knit and natter kind of thing. So just grabbing a cuppa and sitting down, I don't know, for half an hour to start out with, see how, you know, it goes. It might be terrible. It might just be me sitting there knitting away. Yeah, that's my plan. So let me know what you think. Another plan that I had was I really enjoy doing the vlogs in Vlogtober and Vlogmas. Obviously, Vlogmas wasn't as... I mean, I had a great time, but I really wanted to get out in the fields. I wanted to film more of the local area. I wanted to just have a bit more of life in the videos. That's what I wanted, but unfortunately with how busy I was and how poorly I got, it just didn't pan out. But those are the sort of videos that I do really enjoy making, so I might have a look at doing a couple of those and sprinkling them in here and there. That is something I would like to do, because I'd like to get a bit better at my filming. I'd like to get a bit better at my editing, and by editing I just mean piecing all the videos that I take together, and yeah, I don't know, just brainstorming. But anyway, I will leave that there because I have just decided to waffle at the end of this video. So thank you so much for watching. As always, it means the absolute world to me. I hope you have an absolutely amazing rest of the day, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video.